Hi, this is Denise Mathew, and today I'm going to show you how to make ear cuffs. The technique I'm going to show you can be used in any style that you want. You can make them small or large. I have some fancier ones here, and I guess for the holiday season they'd be fun for like a party or something like that, or even if you just want to do something that you like to wear every day. You can wear a set of them, or you can just wear one. This is just the green and the red, and these are done just with twisted wire. What I have here is a 22 gauge wire. You can use up to 20 as well. It's whatever you have on hand. I'm going to take 7 inches, measure 7 inches, and I'm going to do that twice because I have 2. I'm going to make 2 today. And the reason why I'm going to make 2 is just to show you that they have to be mirror images of each other in order to have them to fit your ears. Okay. So now I'm going to go 2 inches from the end, measure, and I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and I'm just going to make a bend just in the end like that. Okay, and I'm going to do that again for the other one, and that's again 2 inches. Alright, so now I have 2, and they're 2 inches down. Now after that, I'm going to measure from the long side of the wire 1.5 inches down, and then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm just going to bend that up and right up all the way. Do that again so you can see. Alright, over here 1.5 inches and the long side of the wire, and I'm just going to bring that right up. Okay, now this is the main part that's going to go right around the ear. Okay, now after that's done, this step is something that I'm going to squeeze these together first, and then I'll show you what the next step. Alright, like that. And so you're making sort of something that's going to be able to go in your ear. Not in your ear, around your ear. That's the whole idea. It's great because it's an illusion that it looks like you've got a piercing and you don't have to get one. Alright, so I'm just squeezing these together like this so that we have something. Keep your wire straight if you can. And so we have something like this. Now you don't actually have to do this part, but I do like this because it keeps your ear cuffs together a little bit better. So now I'm going to eyeball the middle, or if you really want to be technical, you can measure it so you're exactly halfway through and mark it with a Sharpie. But I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to start to take 28 gauge wire, leave a little tail, and just start to wrap it around a little bit in the center. Okay, and this will give me a nice place where I know exactly where the center is, and that will, I'll show you why that's important in a few minutes. Okay, and the short tail, I can use that if I want to, and actually I'll just trim this back so that's not in my way. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap that around the other side, and that way I'm not wasting any wire. Okay, now always make sure that all your little pieces are in and nothing is going to poke anybody. So that's right in the center. Okay, and now I'm going to do it on the other side. Small little tail right in the center, and make sure that all your wires are side by side. You don't want them bunched up. Okay, that's very important. Alright, and so now I'm going to do a couple wraps, and there's no number of wraps, it's really whatever will hold it together, and if you like more or less according to what you prefer, really, as long as it's sort of in that center to give you a good marking. Okay, now I'm just going to wrap that around again like I did with the other one. Okay, and just give it a little squeeze to make sure that it's nice and tight. So now we have the beginnings of 2 ear cuffs. Okay, now the next thing we do is we take our chain nose pliers and just do an angle on one side, and that's the short end we're using, and then the other side. Basically you want to have a mirror image of your like I just mentioned, because it's going to be on different ears. Alright, so that's that, and then the other side you can do it with your chain nose pliers, or you can just do it by hand like this. Okay, and this is what we're left with. All right. Okay. Now the next part is I have some of these crystals here. I've got some 10 millimeters and some 4 millimeter crystals, and I also have some silver beads. And again, you can use whatever stones you have on hand. It doesn't really make a difference. You can use round stones, you could use rondelles, whatever you feel like you want to use. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bend the wire a little bit, and that's just to keep the bead from going right straight down to that place where the ear cuff will be going around your ear. I'm going to thread one on, okay, and I'm going to put one silver bead and then one tiny one, and then that's done for the top. This will be the top of the ear, and the other part will sort of go around the curve of the ear, and I'll show you in a minute how that looks. So I'm just twirling that down so you have this kind of an idea. Now I'm going to make one full ear cuff, and then I'm going to again use it as a guide so that I can make my other ear cuff the exact opposite, and that will probably be the thing that will take the longest time for you to do. It takes me the longest time. Okay, now I'm just going to bend that a little bit more. Now this is the longer side, and again you can use colorful beads, crystals, something a little bit more vibrant, but this is what I have. Okay, so then I'm going to put another 4 millimeter bicone. Okay, now I'm just going to finish that with another silver bead. And now this is where I'm going to take my pliers, and I'm making these a little bit more elaborate. Now if you prefer that this was as far as you wanted to go, you could close out with a curl or whatever you wanted to do, but I'm going to make these a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm just going to bend it just like that. All right, and now I'm going to measure about 1/2 inch, about there, or you can do a little bit less than 1/2 inch. So that's about there. Bend it down. Okay. Another silver bead. And then a bigger bicone. And smaller one. And then this silver bead. Now if you wanted to do another, you could do another, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to push that up like that, and then I'm just going to bend it a little bit, and that's just keeping your beads in place. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at right now so far. Now like I said, you could add more beads if you wanted to, but I'm just going to say that's enough for me, and then I'm just going to start to do a curl. Now this is where you can decide what you want to do. I mean, you know, you really do have a lot of freedom to do whatever design strikes you. So this is very simple, just like that. So the last thing that you need to do is use your Sharpie, and you're just going to wrap the wires right around the Sharpie. I prefer to use my pliers just to curl it in a little bit so it fits the ear a little bit better, but it's whatever works for you. So now I'm just going to show you how it looks on this ear. Okay, so you just kind of squeeze it together, and when you put your ear cuffs on, you're going to want to adjust them according to how it fits your ear. And I mean, that's the best part, because everybody's ear is completely different. All right, so that's kind of what it's going to look like. And sometimes you can put like an earring in the curl part to keep it in better place. Now I'm going to make the other side, the other ear cuff, and I'm going to use this one as a guide so that I know I want to do the exact opposite. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one, and I'm going to look at it here, and I see that's the mirror image would be, you see, that way, because this one is going this way. Okay, and now I'm going to put my bead on. And if you already have this handled, then you can just fast forward through this part. But it's just, instead of going in, like this one in, I'm going to go out. Okay, like that. See that? They're mirror images. All right, and now I'm going to go the other way. This is going this way, so I'm going to go this way. And I did a little bend. Then I'm going to put my exactly the same beads. And same thing, 1/2 inch when I get to this part. Okay, now looking at this, going away from it, and going to go like this. See that? Okay. And then 1/2 inch, you can measure it, but again, I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to go the opposite way. So have a look there again. So far I'm doing okay. Put your another bead on. Get those beads in place again. And sorry if this is repetitive, but I found that this was one of the hardest things to do, to try and make an exact replica of the original in a mirror image. Okay, so here we are like that. Okay, and now it's just a matter of bending it at the end there. Okay, and then I'm going to curl it the opposite way. I mean, you do have the luxury of having two separate ears and nobody's going to see it exactly side by side, so that's beneficial. But if you can try and make it as much the same as possible. Final step would be just to do your Sharpie, and remember that this part is going to go on the inside of the ear, so sometimes a little bit shorter there, and you can make this one longer. You know, I prefer not to use a Sharpie, but I like to just curl it in and just do a little end like that. But if you find that Sharpie works better for you, then you can do that. And now you have your ear cuffs. And this concludes the tutorial on how to make ear cuffs. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.